It's Sunday, everyone's outside, doing something in the sun, playing, walking around. But no, I have to make podcasts. Okay, I'll make just for you. Because you deserve it. Hi guys, and welcome to the new episode of B-Vibe. My name is Bernie, and you are looking at the B-Vibe podcast. You know what the drill is. You have to escape the ordinary. So today you have to see that I brought my laptop with me. Why? Because today we said that we will cover a very nasty little topic, and it's going to be about the Matrix. Who lives inside, who lives outside, what the matrix is, and so on. So that's why I have prepared different bullets that I have to cover when I'm talking to you. And I just want to be sure that I cover all of them so that you don't miss any of the information. But first things first, we have to check the markets. So as you can see here, first we can see what the current value of the Bitcoin is. So at the moment, it has broken this resistance level. It's around $68,500. Then we can see what is the S&P 500 index. It's also very high. It's about 5,860. And also what is the current price of gold per ounce. So it's about 2,721. So as you can see, the price of the gold is pretty high. And if you compare it to various prices in the history, you can see that it has never been more expensive to buy gold. Nevertheless, this is maybe not so important for now. It will be important later down the road. So we will have a separate episode only for investments, what to invest to, and how to deal with investments. And that's why we have to check these things all the time. But nevertheless, we are going to check in each episode just to be sure where the markets currently are. So let's start with the matrix. So today you have to know that this will be a two-part episode. So the first part, this part, will cover all the negative parts. So it will be a very dark and very, let's say, negative aspects of the matrix. So this part, this perspective on this matrix things. And then the next episode, we're going to try to give some kind of answers to how to fight with the matrix, how to potentially escape the matrix, what are the steps, and can you do something or learn something in order to escape it, or this is purely impossible. So, but just for you not to have different kind of expectations, for you to know that this time we'll only cover what is it, and then the next time we'll try to cover how we can escape and give some examples and give some directions and guidelines. So what is this matrix? So basically it is some kind of a system that's imposed on us, on our life, by certain people, by certain group, and they want us, let's say, to do different kinds of things in a way that they want in order to get the most benefit out of us for themselves. Basically, it's a system that doesn't care for the individual, what are the individual's dreams, what are my dreams, what do I want to do in life, and so on. It only uses me and my time and my energy so that somebody else, something, let's say this matrix else, can be fed, can grow, grow on its ego, on its power, and so on. So obviously, there are people who are inside of the matrix and people who are outside of the matrix. So you can think of the matrix, I think, as a big ass, filthy, rich company run by some old fat dudes. And like any other company, it sells products and services. But the catch is that most of the people, 98% of the people, are buying this shit all the time, regardless if they know or they don't know that they are buying shit. So no one understands pretty much why are they buying it, because someone said that they have to buy those services and products from this matrix, and I didn't get any good explanation from anyone. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Do you need to buy these services or not? But let's see what those services and products are. So the services and products are, let's say, the informations that are fabricated and are pushed to you, to me, through various types of media, social media, some channels like TV, radio, etc. And these all informations are fabricated and pushed to us to consume. And we have to know if those news are right, wrong, correct, and how can we check, how can we verify that? Probably we cannot. Then all the things regarding the banks, the loans, the bad debts, because you can get a loan even though you are not financially literate. So the matrix doesn't care you're not literate. They will give you the loan because it will make you somehow dependent on the matrix. You will have to stick inside. Everybody, the matrix simply adores this, I would say, environment where you are highly dependent on the matrix. So they are telling you to go into the bad debt, even though that you don't need it. So the current format of schools is even a thing that was imposed by Matrix, because this school system is old, I don't know, hundreds of years and didn't change a bit. Why? We are learning so much different stuff that practically we do not need, we do not utilize in everyday's normal life. It's okay to know information. There are a lot of information, but not all of the information are useful. Maybe they are important, but they are not useful. Okay, you have to know how to read, how to write, how to do basic math. Those things, of course, you need. But do you need to know when and where was some battle or something like that, like history? Okay, it's good to know. But will it pay your utility bills? No, certainly not. Will it make you more sales? No, of course not. So those things that are really necessary for you, those things are not taught. Why? Maybe someone has an agenda why you don't learn such things. You always have to ask yourself, if the school system and everything is so important and so good, why your teachers are not driving all the Lambos, all the Ferraris and such things. So they are selling you, these matrix are selling you mortgages, they are refinancing your mortgages because they want you to stay in that game, even though you cannot pay the rent. They are selling the consultancy to manage the markets. Also, what they are selling, and this is the best thing, they are selling liabilities. Basically, to translate, they are selling stupid shit. So they are selling consumables, something that once you pay your utility bills or your standard normal expenses, living expenses, then if you're left with some money, you have a tendency to spend this money on stupid shit. And maybe you don't realize, but spending money on that shit that doesn't produce anything, doesn't give you anything, only joy, maybe some short-term joy, do you know where that money goes? It goes to the people who want you to buy this shit and know that you have this extra money and you will spend it and you will never get out from this vicious circle, this matrix. So this matrix, I'm calling it's a pit. It's a huge, deep pit where you are born. Someone is born outside of the pit, someone is born inside of the pit. But let's say most of us, 90% of the people, are living and were born inside of the pit. And you have to realize that people who are already living in the pit, they were living it there for generations, and they're only passing down the things that they know, that they have seen in that pit. What did they have seen? They have seen nothing. And basically, they are only teaching you the things that they know, but those things are not how to escape from that pit. It's how to remain in the pit, how to be dependent on that pit, and how to maybe have some safety, because Matrix is not concerned about your safety, believe me, but it's this false feeling of safety. So let's go further. There are many visualizations of this matrix. One of them, it's a hamster wheel. Do you know what's a hamster wheel? So you have a hamster in a cage, and then the hamster has a wheel and it drives it all day long. So basically, your whole life, that's pre-programmed by this matrix narrative. It's like a life of a hamster. So what the hamster does, when it's born, the parent of the hamster, they're pushing him closer and closer to the wheel. That's the period of your life when you go to school, when you try to learn something, go to the college or something like that. And once you have finished your college, the next obvious thing is to find a job and then run. That's the spinning of the wheel. You get on of this wheel and you spin it for 40, 50 years, and you never get off of this basically wheel. The only time that you will get off of the wheel if something happens to you, or basically you reach your retirement and then you fell off and roll down to the edge of the cage, and then you maybe live some year or two, and then practically who knows what happens, but you know what I want to say. So this step, like get a job, you have to spend the money, get into this bad debt that you cannot pay off. You should marry, you should buy a house, you should get a mortgage, you should go to a vacation once or twice a year, you should work a job 9 to 5, you should be an obedient good worker, you should pay your health insurance. Maybe you should save some money, not invest money, save some money. It's complete nonsense. It has something, is something good about saving, but to a certain degree. Above that, it's complete nonsense. After that, they say you have to put your money into some kind of retirement plan, some kind of pension fund or something like that. And then when it's time to get off the wheel, you get off, then you get your pension, if you get your pension. I don't know if you know what, but every month while you're paying, the part of your salary is going into your pension fund, and basically it accumulates money on some place. And believe, if you don't believe, there is some person, some group, some entity that manage that money. They take that money and they're spending it, putting it somewhere around. They're buying shit all over the place, and maybe they will win some additional money, maybe they will lose some money. We don't know. They're playing basically with our money. And also, there is a problem with demographics and such things, with the working force, because in the past there were 5-6 workers that were working for the pension of one guy in retirement, and now it's about 1.5. So there are the guys who are working currently who are spinning the wheel, they just need to spin it more faster and faster and faster because they have to feed more and more of those people who retired. And basically, that's a game that I will not like to play because you know how it ends up. So be careful about your retirement and start investing now. Now is the day that you have to invest, not to wait for some retirement because probably there is a big probability that you will not get the amount you wish and you will not be able to live off your pension. So there are few peoples, we are talking about the spit, few peoples, so the ones that even don't know they are in the matrix. And this pit, I didn't tell you, it is a transparent pit. You can see it's kind of blurry, these walls. You can see outside. You don't see everything, you see something, but you see there is something outside. And there are people who don't even know for their whole life that there is something beyond this pit. And they don't care. There are people who know they are in the pit. They know there's something outside, but they don't simply care. They don't want to hear about it. That's it. Then there are people who are satisfied with the pit. They think that there's nothing wrong to have a 9 to 5 job and spinning the wheel all day long, and you're happy, you have this safety, this false feeling or impression of safety. And I'm okay with that. I also get some comments on this topic already, but you have to realize that you haven't missed only the point. You have missed the entire universe because this podcast is about to escape the ordinary, how to escape the pit. If you want to be inside the pit, you understand that you are inside of the matrix. It's okay. Be inside. I'm not forcing you to do anything. So basically, I know that those people are, let's say, they are called haters or something, and you have to have haters. Haters are the ones who are also driving and pushing you forward, because there are two kinds of haters. So the people that are working less than you, and the people that are afraid that you will start working more than them. So those practically are jealous people, haters, and just leave them alone. Then there are people who are inside, they know what is this matrix, what is this pit, but they don't have the energy or the knowledge to climb. So there are the people like me who understand that they are in the pit. I'm in the pit. I understand that I'm currently in this matrix, but I am pushing myself every day to get outside. And I will do anything that's necessary to jump out. So there are people who are on the edge, and once you reach the edge of this pit, then the matrix police, the Mr. Smith, is on the precipice of this pit and waiting for you just to push you back down. So that's why you have to learn something before you get out of this pit. So then there are the people, the right people, who manage to get outside the right way. So they have growth. The last episode I have told you what we need to do in order to grow. We need to feed our mind, our body, and our soul, our inner state, our mental state, and we have to perform. We have to do some kind of action. So we have to have an idea. We have to have an imagination, idea, goal, set of bullets, how to reach that goal, and then grow each day. So who are the people who created the matrix? We know, we don't know, it doesn't matter, because for me, for you, for normal people, it doesn't matter. We just want out. It doesn't matter who is running all the shebang, okay? But surely what we know, what we can say, it's not from yesterday. This matrix is not some, I don't know, imaginary thing that came up yesterday. It goes long way. So there are always people who want more power, who want something that you have, but those are the two operations that Matrix have. You have the one operation that's a brute force, the old way. So you have, I don't know, Vikings, they go into the village, they loot, they burn the houses, and so on, and they take the gold, and it's frontal. And everybody knows what's going on. They're attacking some village, let's say. And then you have this nasty, nasty little magic of the Matrix. What it does, it prevents you of giving you all the information that you need, and then systematically over the years, all the generations are giving you false information or giving you what to think, how to think, and just to not escape this matrix. And it's a good way because your parents, grandparents, they are teaching you how to stay in the pit if they themselves didn't get out. So there is a funny story about the monkeys and the banana. I don't know if you know. So there was, in a room, there were a lot of monkeys, and they put a banana on the top. It was hanging from the ceiling, and they put electricity. So if you reached for the banana, you will be electrocuted. Then they gave them a ladder, and the monkey started to go up, out. And one monkey goes up, he touches the banana, he gets electrocuted, he falls down dead. The second one the same, the third one the same. And after some time, the next generation also tried, they get electrocuted, they fall dead. And after some time, after a few generations, no monkey even tried to reach the banana. If someone goes up the ladder, other monkeys pulled him down and said, no, 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 don't go, you will die, you will get electrocuted, etc. Even though the electricity was removed from banana years ago. But the mindset still remains. That's what the matrix does to you.